Yeah, it was a difficult game. I got to give Georgia an awful lot of credit. We've certainly played an awful lot of good teams since we've been here, and I think that might have been one of the best teams that we played. But we didn't help ourselves out. I mentioned last week some of the trepidation of how the younger players were going to play, especially at some critical spots. And we had some guys, quite honestly, had some big guys and didn't perform quite as well as what we'd like, but we did have some younger players, such as the quarterback, that I thought played pretty well in their opener. And so, we'll learn from it and grow from it and move on.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Lafayette, Louisiana. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, this is actually Luke Johnson from the Acadiana Advocate, and I mistakenly pressed the button to call in, so I don't have a question.
Okay. Thank you, Luke. Our next questions come from Athens, Georgia. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Coach. This is Mark Weiser from the Athens Banner-Herald. What did you make of how Georgia used number 84, Leonard Floyd, in terms of where he lined up and how effective he was?
Yeah, that didn't help the equation at all. Yeah, we weren't necessarily expecting his location to be what it is, and he was really impressive. He had a play at one point in time on a quarterback that I thought was just tremendously athletic, but he's a big talent, and obviously, those first ball games, you're never exactly sure what you're going to get. And that surprised us a little bit in terms of kind of what they did with him and how much they did with him. And, having hindsight being 20/20, I wish we'd done a few more things to try to impact him, to try to keep him from making all the plays that he did make. Again, we weren't expecting him to be in the location that he was in. For a good portion of the game, and they did a nice job with him. They got a good football team.
One more question on Georgia, if you don't mind. How did Grayson Lambert, you saw on Saturday, compare to what you guys might have seen on film from Virginia, and maybe how they're using him under this new scheme they have?
Well, I think he showed an awful lot of poise, and I think that's the main thing with quarterbacks early on, in their first ball game is just making sure that they do have some poise, and I think that he showed that. I think obviously they didn't need to throw the ball around an awful lot. Our inability to stop the run was frustrating to us, but we knew we were going to get a heavy dose of it just with the experience they had in the offensive line. And those backs are really, really good players. We've seen some good players in the past, and those are some good players, especially Chubb. And so they didn't have to rely on Lambert that much in terms of going out there and doing an awful lot. But when they did ask him to do something, he stepped up and made plays.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Coach. That's all the questions I have for you today. We do appreciate your time.
You bet.
Thank you. If everyone could stand by, we'll have Mark Hudspeth of UL Lafayette on shortly. Please stand by.